Civil rights activist James Weldon Johnson wrote "Lift Every Voice and Sing" as a poem, which was set to music by his brother, John Roseman Johnson, in 1899.
The song is known as a Black national anthem in America. It is a protest, a hymn, and a prayer of profound significance for our people.
For we lift every voice and sing to express ourselves. We lift every voice to show that we have strength in numbers and we will not be silenced.
We lift every voice and sing to be lifted, liberated, and free.
Freedom, the absence of or release from ties, obligations, or restrictions.
Freedom, the power to determine action without restraint.
Freedom, frankness or boldness in manner or speech.
Freedom, a political right.
Until we are all free, none of us are free.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
At the dawn of the 20th century, America was a country full of promise and hope for many. Black Americans faced a different reality, a nation separate and unequal. Yet their hope persisted. Pained by inequality, but inspired by resilience, writer and civil rights activist James Weldon Johnson put pen to paper. His words would become a unifying call, a hope for a brighter tomorrow, a timeless exhortation to lift every voice and sing.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing a rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory.
There are forces that want to take us back to another place. We don't want to go back. We want to go forward.
Hi, Sprayberry. It's me, Johnny, and we gathered a few people today to say what they wanted about Juneteenth, the holiday, and what it means to them. So here's what they had to say about that. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Devin Scott. Juneteenth is a holiday about when the slaves finally found out they were freed after the long labor season, and they celebrated their freedom with a lot of partying. Juneteenth to me means celebrating time with family. We like to have cookouts and just spend time together, just enjoy the time we have.
Okay, hi, I'm Mrs. Merriman, and I was asked what I know about Juneteenth. And I'm from Texas, the Galveston area, so I know a little bit about it. Juneteenth marks June 19th, 1865, which was when slaves in Texas found out that the Emancipation Proclamation had been done like two and a half years before. But you know, the slaves didn't read, they weren't allowed to learn how to read. And so the only way they were going to know were if federal troops had to come in and make the announcement to them. because the slaveholders, many of them had actually moved to Texas because they considered it a safe state. And so they weren't telling their slaves that, hey, there was this war and you've been freed. They didn't tell that. So the federal troops came in and made the announcement. And so since that time in Texas, we have celebrated Juneteenth to commemorate that time.
To me and my culture, this month means a lot to us because we celebrate all the things that happened to us back in the day and how hard it is to be seen and heard from different races. So therefore, this is our month to celebrate our culture, to celebrate everything that happened to us and how powerful we are as a community.
My name is Ariana, and Juneteenth is the second Independence Day, but the first Independence Day for African American people. So I think it's very important for all African American people to celebrate.
Personally, what I think Juneteenth is a great day for friends and family to get together to mark the great occasion for America history as a whole. And as being a black man in America, it also means a lot. So that's it, Jackets. See you next time.
Juneteenth is the oldest known celebration marking the official end to slavery in the U.S. Let's go back 150 years or so. On June 19, 1865, Major General Gordon Granger landed on the shores of Galveston, Texas, to regain control of the state. Once there, Granger read aloud the General Orders Number 3, quote, "The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with the proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of personal rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves." 2.5 years earlier, then President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, ending slavery in Confederate-held states. But it didn't immediately go into effect in Texas, partly because news traveled slowly and there weren't enough Union soldiers to enforce the order. An estimated 250,000 slaves were emancipated on June 19, 1865, though some slave owners kept the information to themselves until after the harvest season. Upon hearing the news, celebrations broke out among the newly freed people. One person is quoted in a historical essay saying, "The way it was explained to me, the 19th of June wasn't the exact day the Negro was freed, but that's the day they told them they was free. And my daddy told me they whooped and hollered." In December 1865, the U.S. government ratified the 13th Amendment, officially abolishing slavery. Celebrations on June 19th took place the following year, and the holiday stuck. It's commonly known as Juneteenth, June plus the 19th. Texas was the first state to make Juneteenth an official holiday. Most U.S. states recognize Juneteenth as either a state or ceremonial holiday or a day of observance. It's also known as Emancipation Day or Freedom Day and has become the most prominent day marking the freedom of slaves in the U.S. According to the official Juneteenth website, the holiday celebrates black freedom and achievement while encouraging continuous self-development and respect for all cultures. The holiday has almost always focused on education and self-improvement. Some have called for it to become a national holiday, with celebrations on par with July 4th. Nowadays, Juneteenth is marked by celebrations large and small throughout the country, including parades, barbecues, and even rodeos.
Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn through the storm, through the night. Lead me on to the light. Lord, take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home when my strength grows dreary. Precious Lord, linger near when my body swinging in the southern is almost gone. Lord, please hold the twist in my take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me
Month long, we are celebrating Black History at WCNC Charlotte. This week, we continue our discussion on education.
History of Black Greek letter organizations like the one I'm a part of, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, dates back to the early 1900s when African American students were excluded from Greek organizations on predominantly white campuses.
Black sororities and fraternity were created on the basis of exclusion, right? At some point, there were a group of Black men who were trying to be part of an organization and they needed votes. One white vote meant they couldn't be a part of the organization, so they decided to start their own.
Leland Howard is the president of the National Panhellenic Council of Charlotte, an organization that brings all 9 Black Greek letter organizations together for one common cause.
We are able to work together to ensure that there's change in the community. We work together to ensure that policies and social policies are being pushed.
Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is the first Black Greek letter fraternity founded in 1906 at Cornell University. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is the first Black Greek letter sorority founded on the campus of Howard University in 1908. Also called the Divine Nine, these sororities and fraternities were founded on the principle of service, and it's a value that is still upheld to this day.
We're out in the community, we're helping with voter education, we're helping with healthcare education, homelessness, we're feeding the homeless, we're out collecting supplies.
Over the years, African Americans have joined Black Greek letter organizations for a variety of reasons. I turned to a few of my colleagues to find out their why.
My mother and my aunts are all members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and my uncle is a member of Omega Psi Phi. So growing up, I saw the service. I saw them being dedicated to giving back to their community.
My stepdad's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, so that's all I ever knew. That's all he ever told me about.
The Sigmas, they helped me move in. They kind of sheltered me. They guided me. So it just in my head, I was like, well, if I was to ever, play, it would be probably that, because that's what stood out to me the most.
They kind of adopted me as a little brother as I came in as a freshman. And I just admired the respect that they demanded from the team and the respect that they got on campus. And it was something that I wanted to be a part of.
A part of organizations that often felt underestimated.
We enjoy being underestimated because when we walk into spaces and people have doubted us, we're showing beyond compare that we're ready, we're excited, and that we have been leading for a long time. It's just a matter of other people recognizing how great we are.
Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just 'cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides. Just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, just 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard? You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like life, I'll rise. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I am a black ocean, leaping in wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Southern trees bearing strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Pastoral scene of the gallant South. Them big bulging eyes and the twisted mouth. Scent of magnolia, clean and fresh. Then the smell of burning flesh. Here is fruit for the crows to pluck, for the sun to rot, for the leaves to drop. Here is strange fruit.
Good afternoon, Jackets. We have a new update for the Black History door decoration. The dates have changed from the 15th, and so now you have till the rest of February to finish those doors. The doors will be judged on February 28th, so hurry up and finish those doors so you can win that special ribbon.
Do you want to celebrate Black History Month and get creative at the same time? Come to Black History Month Paint Night. Thursday, February 10th and 17th after school from 4 to 5 in room 609, we will be doing guided painting. Canvases and painting slides will be provided. Miss Palin will be guiding you through the process of making a beautiful masterpiece honoring Black History Month. Look for these posters around school and scan the QR code to sign up. Everyone is welcome.